Hello again. Welcome to class 904. Okay, I'm running out of books. Se me están acabando los libros. I'm running out of books. And to tell you the truth, I would prefer to focus only on this book. But it's interesting to go through the expressions because many of them are very, very common expressions. Later in this class. And of course the grammar. The grammar book I have covered, I think, almost every point. But I'm going to go back continuously to review different points. And I'm going to review quite often. Me vas a llamar pesado, me vais a llamar todos pesado, un pesado. Con lo de used to. The forms of used to. Because it's very common and you need to understand it. And it has different use. It can be confusing for Spanish learners of English. And so I prefer to teach it many, many times in which you simply end up assimilating it. Ya son expresiones amigas, conocidísimas. All right, yo antes vivía en Oklahoma, pero ya no. I used to live in Oklahoma, but not anymore. I used to be younger. Yo antes era más joven, ya no. I used to be younger. I used to use the pencils. Antes usaba. I used to use the pencils more often. Now I don't use them as much. Yeah. I used to wear this shirt more often to this program. Yeah. You know, I used to teach with all the books, all 9 books, but not anymore. Now I only have 3 left, but I used to have more. Yeah. Jose Maria Aznar used to be the Prime Minister of Spain, but he's not anymore. Mr. Rodriguez Zapatero also used to be a very important, well, he's still an important person in politics, I suppose, but he used to be even more important. Yes. Spain used to be the most powerful country in the world during the 16th century. Yeah. Spain used to be a dictatorship, but it's not anymore. For 36 years under Francisco Franco. So Spain used to be a dictatorship. Now it's a democracy. Yeah. Europe used to have constant wars. Now it doesn't. Now there's a war in Ukraine and Russia, but not any others. But antes había muchas guerras. There used to be a lot of wars. Now there aren't. There is a war in Ukraine in the Ukraine, but only there. But there used to be wars everywhere in Europe. The 7 Years' War, the 30 Years' War, the 100 Years' War, the War of the Spanish Succession, the Napoleonic Wars, the Franco-Prussian War, the Austro-Prussian War, the German-Danish War, the War of the no sé qué, it's wars everywhere. So there used to be a lot of wars. Texas, soy de Texas, I'm from Texas. Texas used to be a republic. Yeah, antes fue república. Texas used to be an independent country. Texas is the only state in the United States that used to be independent. Yeah. It was for 9 years, Texas was an independent republic. Yes, so it used to be an independent country. Used to. Yeah. Navarre used to be an independent kingdom, el Reino de Navarra, until 1512. Then Spain absorbed it. But Navarre used to be independent. Yeah. Granada used to be under the Moors, bajo los musulmanes. Yeah, Granada, well, all of Spain, practically all of Spain, used to be under the Moorish domination. Yes. And Tony Blair used to be very important in England. Used to. There used to be, antes había más lluvia en España, creo. There used to be more, más nieve sí. There used to be more snow. Antes nevaba más. It used to snow more. Antes daba yo más horas de clase. I used to give more classes. I used to. There used to be more people watching this program. Yes. This is program number 904. Whew. People who continue watching it are perseverant. There used to be more people. Antes había más personas siguiendo a diario. It's true. There used to be more. But people don't have perseverance. Used to. Now, to be used to, ya cambia todo. Yo antes iba a la playa todos los veranos. I used to, pero antes no. Pero desde entonces, ahora no. I used to go to the beach every summer. Now I don't. I used to have a car, but now I don't. I used to spend a lot of time walking in the park. Now I don't. I used to go to the States every year on holiday, but now I don't. Not anymore. I used to. Things I used to do. Things I used to be. Yes. I used to work harder. Now I don't. I used to be younger. I used to be more energetic. And now I'm less. No sé. I think I'm still energetic. I used to. Y luego pasamos al estar acostumbrado a o acostumbrarse a. Te has acostumbrado a mi acento, ¿a que sí? You have gotten used to my accent. Are you used to my accent? Are you used to listening to me? I imagine you are. Me imagino que estás súper acostumbrado a escuchar mi voz. I imagine you're really used to listening to my voice. Are you used to listening to me? Are you used to watching me? Are you used to my hand gestures and movements? Are you used to my eye contact? Are you used to my dealing with Marta? Are you used to the books? Are you used to be used to? I'm used to living in Spain. Estoy acostumbrado a vivir aquí en España. I'm used to living here. Yes, I'm used to it. I'm used to living in the city of Madrid. I'm used to the traffic. I'm used to the noise. I'm used to the way of life. I'm used to the health care system. I'm used to the pharmacies. They're different. The pharmacies in the United States are very different than the pharmacies here. The pharmacies in Spain, you go and you buy normally a package or a little box of pills or some medication. But in the United States, you go, you give the prescription to the doctor, and you need to wait. Because the pharmacist prepares. Magistral. Yeah. In American pharmacy, there are chairs. I say yes. Yeah. And you wait. If it's a prescription drug, if it's an OTC drug, no. An OTC drug is over the counter, sobre el mostrador. You know, to buy aspirin, no problem. You go to an American pharmacy and you buy aspirin, a package of aspirin, pay, and no problem. But if you come with a prescription, you give it to the pharmacist. The pharmacist says 5 minutes, and he or she prepares it. And usually and then puts it into capsules. And capsules in a little container with the instructions on taking. No hay prospecto. Nothing. Take during breakfast and during dinner. One during breakfast, one during dinner. And that's all. So it's a mystery for the patient. The patient is in the dark. the doctor and the pharmacist have the connection, and the patient has nothing, except the instructions for dosage, dosaje, dosificación, dosage. And it's completely different. And so here, the pharmacist dispatches. A pharmacist is casi tendero, you understand? Is almost. But in the States, the pharmacist works with chemicals and things. Yeah. So it's very different. I'm used to both. I'm used to the way there. I'm used to the way here. Now I'm used to living in Spain. I'm used to driving in Spanish traffic. Yeah. But I'm also used to driving in the States. It's very, very different. It's very, very different. You see, when you have, if you have a street, going this way, and a street coming this way, you see, the street continues like this. An intersection, look, un cruce de calles urbanas, okay? You see like this. All right, they continue. So this is an intersection. All right, now, in your car, you come up here and you stop at the traffic light. But the traffic light is here, not here. The traffic light is on the opposite side, about 20 meters away, hanging from two poles, those postes. And so here in Spain, you you stop, and you need to look at the traffic light. And you can't, sometimes if you're the first car, you can't see it if you don't bend down like this. But in the States, no. It's 20 meters away, up. And so it's very comfortable. You stop. But when Spanish people go to the States and rent a car, they don't know where the traffic light is. ¿Dónde está el semáforo? No hay nada aquí. No, it's over there. And also, you can turn right on red. Si está en rojo, puedes girar a la derecha, sin problema. Yeah. Here, no. In Europe, you can't do that. So, but I'm used to both. Estoy acostumbrado a los dos sistemas. I'm used to both. Yeah, I'm used to both. And I'm used to looking at this camera. I'm used to talking on television. I'm used to doing it. Yeah, I don't get nervous because I'm used to it. Estoy acostumbrado. I don't get nervous. I'm used to it. Yes. Donde hay confianza da asco, es un dicho español. Yeah, already. Ya doy asco. They're so used to me. Said, es el Vaughan ese, ¿eh? En la tele otra vez. Qué perseverancia. Yeah, 20 years on television. But I'm used to it. I'm used to the lights too. They don't bother me. These lights don't bother me. I'm used to them. Yeah, and I'm used to Marta. We've been working together for 10 years, so I'm used to her quirks, sus pequeñas manías. I'm used to everything. I'm used to things. I'm used to her accent, el acento sevillano que tiene. I'm used to it. And she's used to my voice. El timbre de mi voz. Yeah, she's used to it. She's used to hearing my voice. Yeah. And she's used to waiting for 26 minutes for me to go through the program. She's used to it. Yeah. To get used to, Richard, how long did it take you to get used to Spanish food? It didn't take me any time to get used. It wasn't necessary for me to get used to Spanish food. It's a little bit different. Well, a little bit different from American food, but not much. Judías verdes con jamón. No hay jamón ahí. Bueno, hay jamón, but not with judías verdes. So, yeah, it's the same. It didn't take me long. It took me one day to get used to Spanish food. Really? Everything? Yeah, well, no problem. Well, how long did it take you to get used to the climate? It didn't take me any time to get used to. I got used to the climate immediately. Of course, Madrid is 700 meters above sea level. So it's higher. I mean, Austin, Texas, or Tulsa, Oklahoma, or Dallas, Texas, where I lived, was maybe 100 meters or 200 meters above sea level. But Madrid is 700 meters above sea level, so it's quite high. But it's not so high that adaptation is immediate, no problem. So I got used to the altitude of Madrid immediately. And the climate? The climate in the center of Spain is relatively dry. Drier than in drier than in central Texas and Oklahoma. So I grew up in an area that is a bit more humid. Not much, but a bit more humid than the center of Spain. But not much. So it was very easy to get used to the climate. Now, there's more dust. Yeah. There's more dust in Spain. A lot more than in Texas or Oklahoma. There's a lot more dust. Maybe because of the proximity of the Sahara Desert. I don't know. But there's more dust in Spain. It's necessary to dust the furniture. You know, we need to dust the furniture than in Texas and Oklahoma. Except West Texas is different. West Texas is the famous Texas from the movies. Yeah, Rock Hudson, Elizabeth Taylor, and James Dean, and Gigante. That's West Texas. It's a desert with a lot of dust. But it didn't take me long to get used to anything here, to get used to the food, to get used to the people. I'm still not used to the people. Todavía no estoy acostumbrado a la gente aquí. It's different. It's a different culture, a different approach. Yeah, but it's not necessary to get used to it. You can go about your life without becoming or getting used to the people. But I like the people. I like the people. They're different. It's a different culture, a different approach, a different level of positivity. There's more pessimism than in my country. In my country, there's more of a natural optimism. Here there's a natural pessimism. Piensa mal y acertarás. Más vale malo conocido que bueno por conocer. Yeah. And it's still, you notice these things. Que me quede como estoy. These things. It's very, very different in the approach. It's more conservative. Spanish people are more conservative. Not politically conservative, no. But economically conservative and just in taking risks. Hay mucho más aversión al riesgo aquí. Much more aversion to risk than in Texas and Oklahoma or in the United States. But I've gotten used to it. I've gotten used to everything. I'm used to the noise. Estoy acostumbrado al ruido que hay in this ciudad. There's a lot of noise. Less than before. Less than before. The cars now are quieter. 40 years ago? No. So I'm used to the noise. The lack of punctuality I'm not used to. La informalidad, no. Yeah. The lack of punctuality. People are not very punctual in Spain. And so I'm used to it. Estoy acostumbrado a ello. I'm used to it. But it bothers me. It still bothers me. Uno puede acostumbrarse a algo que aunque ese algo te sigue molestando. Te puedes acostumbrar, ya, lo tomas con filosofía. I'm used to it. I'm used to it. I mean, I arrive always on time. I mean, una vez al año, por fuerza mayor, I arrive late. Always on time. And 19 out of 20 times, I need to wait. 19 out of 20 times, the other person or other people don't arrive on time. 5% of the time, yes. but 95% of the time they don't. And so that's part of life, and I'm used to it. I'm used to it. Yeah. I used to live, ¿ves? Esto puede confundir. Antes vivía en un país de más puntualidad. I used to live in a country with more punctuality, but now I live in Spain. Ahora estoy acostumbrado a esta falta de puntualidad, but now I'm used to the lack of punctuality. I'm used to it. I'm todos miura. I'm used to it. Okay, used to. How much time do we have, Marta? Do we have enough time? All right. Okay. I came here for the first time in August 1972. I was 20 years old. I came by train from Paris. I was with a group of American students and professors. I met up with these people. I met these people as conocí a esta gente por primera vez. I didn't meet these people. I met up. Quedé con esta gente. Quedamos todos. We met up at Kennedy Airport in New York City. Kennedy Airport is the most important airport in New York City, and it's located on Long Island in the borough of Queens. We met up there, the group of students, maybe 30 university students and about 5 professors, and we flew to Paris. We spent 5 days in Paris. That was my first time in Paris. It was my second time to Europe. The 7 months before, or 8 months before, or 9 months, in December 1971, I went with a group of students as well to the Soviet Union in the winter, to Russia. And we met up again. We met up at Kennedy Airport the previous December 1971, and we flew to London. We spent 2 days in London, and then we flew to Moscow. Moscow. The British say Moscow. Moscow. The Americans say Moscow. Okay. And we spent 3 weeks in the Soviet Union in the middle of the winter. It was a very good experience. The Soviet Union was very gray and very boring, but it was a very good experience. Very few people had cars. There were very few cars on the streets, and most of the cars belonged to members of the Communist Party. But Moscow is a very interesting city, especially, of course, Red Square. Red Square, la Plaza Roja, se dice la Plaza Roja, pero no es correcta la traducción. Red Square, la palabra rojo y la palabra bello o hermoso es la misma palabra en ruso. Es Plaza Bella o Plaza Hermosa. Red Square. No tiene que ver con rojo de comunismo. When you say la Plaza Roja, no, it's la Plaza Bella. And it's true. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful square. All right. Have you been to Russia? No. Okay, it's very beautiful. It has St. Basil's Cathedral. St. Basil's Cathedral has, is incredible. So beautiful that they say that Ivan the Terrible blinded the architect after he finished. So he couldn't build anything more beautiful than St. Basil's. It's one of the most impressive structures I have seen in my life. Human structures built by humans. The pyramids in Egypt, of course, are impressive. Teotihuacan in Mexico is impressive. Chichen Itza in the Yucatan in Mexico is impressive, of course. Machu Picchu in Peru is impressive. Angkor Wat in Cambodia is impressive. And of course the Taj Mahal in India is impressive. But for me, personally, the two most The three most impressive, I remember a third. The three most impressive human structures I have seen in my life are St. Basil's in Moscow, the Sacred Family in Barcelona, Gaudí, La Sagrada Familia, and the aqueduct in Segovia. It's impressive. For me, it's very impressive. All right. And of course, there are many others as well. The Empire State Building in Manhattan. The Empire State Building is not the tallest building in the world, but for me, it's the most impressive. It's the most impressive building, in the office building, business building in the world. And of course, you have the Parliament in London. You have the Louvre in Paris, the Sacré-Cœur, the Sagrado Corazón in Paris, the Holy Heart. There are many impressive places. But I have to say goodbye now because I'm running out of time. See you tomorrow.